Hello everyone, Deku here. I'm bringing you a quick tips and tricks video about Raw Fury's game Kingdom. Also stay till the end of the video if you would like to hear where this channel is going and what future plans are. Anyways, Kingdom is a resource management game where you play as a king or queen trying to build and protect their kingdom. You collect gold, hire peasants, build walls, and fight off monsters who want to take your crown, for some reason. The goal of the game is to protect your crown by destroying the portals where the monsters spawn from. There are a total of 4 portals on each map, 2 on each side of your kingdom. You do this by sending your knights out on a trek to get to the portal while they defend your archers attacking the portal. And now I'm just going to explain each element of the game and what they do. These are your walls. They have 4 tiers, from a stake in the ground to a tall stone wall that you use to defend off against the monsters. These are your archer towers. They also have 4 tiers, from a saddle on a rock to a 3-perch tower. These are your workers. They build stuff and they use the catapults. These are your archers. Enough said. This is a catapult, a necessity for defense, especially on the blood moons. These are your knights. They defend a group of archers and keep them organized. These are your farmers. They're going to be your main source of income. These are your smiths. They make hammers, scythes, and bows for your civilians to have jobs. This is your castle or camp, depending on whatever stage you're at, your base of operations. This is a farm. You need to have one or else the farmers can't make you money. This is a farmhouse. Your farmers can house here overnight so that you can make money even quicker during the day. This is a buff statue. There are 2 of them in the game. One of the buff statues are for the walls, so when you offer money to them, it increases the amount of hit points that they can take. The other one is to buff your archers so that they have increased accuracy, because boy, their base accuracy sucks. Each light will represent how many days the buff will last. This is your upgrade shrine. It allows you to build with stone once you upgrade it, once you have enough money and you feel like you can go for stone. This is the merchant. You pay him 4 gold for 4 tools of random selection. There are 3 enemy types in the game. There's these little fast guys called the Greed who take anything and everything, and when they assault you, if you don't have any gold left, you will lose your crown, and if they grab it, you'll lose the game. There are also floaters who fly over the walls and eat your people. So you need to make sure you have some towered archers and catapults if you want to defend against them. And there's also giants who are effectively the monster's version of catapults. They throw rocks. So yeah, every 5 days there's a blood moon phase, and during the blood moon phase, the portals send a bunch of enemies at you. You gotta make sure you have enough resources to defend against them. Now into the actual guide of what I'm gonna suggest. I'm no expert, but every single time I use this strategy, it works out for me on the most part. The thing you have to remember is that the beginning 5 days is a lot of luck-based stuff, so you just have to hope for the best. So, when you're starting off your game, you're going to do the regular thing. You're going to make 2 walls, and then you're going to run right or left. You're going to be trying to find a random chest that has a bunch of gold in it, and you're also going to figure out what is where on each side. Now, the biggest thing to remember is that you should always hire guys when you can, but always be smart with your resources and your gold. You always want to hire more civilians when you can, especially a lot of archers, but always make sure that you have enough gold to do so, that you're going to be smart about it. Also know if you're expanding your wall distance, and if there's no trees between you and a camp, the camp will disappear. Anyways, before you reach night 5, you want to make sure that you have 2 catapults on each side. Each of your outer walls are at least a 2nd tier wall, so it's when it's actually like a wooden wall and not just stakes. You also want to make sure that you have at least 4 workers, so you have 2 on each side. If you want, you can have a farmer, but only do so if you think you can afford it. And the rest of the people are just going to be archers. And on the first blood moon, if you get broken into, I really suggest that you restart, because wasting all the resources trying to rehire and give everyone tools is not good for preparing for night 10. Once you've gotten past the first blood moon, you want to build a farm if you haven't already. You need to also remember that you shouldn't build a farmhouse unless it's within a walled space, because the farmers will stay there, and if it's not within a walled space, the monsters are going to get them, and you're going to have to rehire farmers. Another thing to remember is that you always want to keep hiring more people, so you have more archers. You also want to make sure that you also get the stone upgrade as well. And before night 10, this is what you want. You want a max tier wall on each side, so that means tall stone. You want 4 workers, 3 farmers, a bunch of archers, if you can, to have an archer tower on each side, and make sure that the archer tower is at least a tier 2, so it's tall. And if you can already afford knights, you are pretty well on track. So once you get past the second blood moon, I'm just going to say what you want before it's the next blood moon. So before the third blood moon, this is what you want. You want to have 6 workers, 4 to 6 farmers with a protected farmhouse. You want a bunch of archers again. You want 4 knights, 2 on each side, which is pretty much the limit. And maybe you want to upgrade your archer towers to tier 3 or maybe even a tier 4. On the day of the third blood moon, you want to make sure that you buff your archers and your walls by using the buff statues wherever they may be located. Anyways, if you got past the third blood moon and you're feeling ready, you can send out 1 pair of knights to go kill a portal. If you're feeling risky, you can send out 2, because no monsters are there on the night after a blood moon. Make sure that you buff your archers to kill the portals faster when they get there. You'll want to collect a lot of money because you'll have to rehire the people you sent out, because when the portal is destroyed, sometimes a bunch of monsters are sent out and they kill the jobs of your people. Before the 4th blood moon, you want to have the same amount of workers and farmers as you did as the 3rd blood moon. You can have more if you want, but I really don't think it's needed. And you also want to make sure that you have your 4 knights again. Same strategy as the 3rd blood moon, and make sure you have buffed walls and archers because that is a must. For any blood moon after that, you're going to do the same thing that you did after the 3rd blood moon, which is send out a pair of knights to destroy a portal and collect money so you can rehire them, and make sure before the next blood moon you buff your walls, you buff your archers, and you have 4 knights total. Continue doing that and you'll destroy all the portals and win. Congratulations. Here's a quick tip that could actually save you from time to time. If you're being chased by a greed, trust me, you will. Drop a coin and he'll take that instead of attacking you. Another thing I do suggest is that you just build first tier walls when you're starting off, and then you leave them be, and then you switch to the second location for the wall on the right and left. Reason being is that once you upgrade to stone walls, you get a free set of stone walls and second tier archer towers on the inner walls. So anyways, I love this game a lot. It's a great deal of fun, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have any bugs or issues. Yeah, the biggest complaint is the worker AI. Sometimes you want to build something that's right next to your west worker, but when you say, hey, I want you to build this, he doesn't move at all, and then you realize that, oh, this worker from the other side of the kingdom is coming all the way over here. Why? Oh my gosh. You're wasting my time. I want to build a 4-tier wall in one day, and you just wasted so much time. And another thing about the worker AI is that when they're shooting catapults, sometimes they just shoot it directly into your wall, and that's just so annoying because they don't hit anything at all. Another bug that I've noticed while playing is that if you have your knight outpost over an area with a farm or a archer tower that can be upgraded, you're going to have to either build a farm or upgrade that tower before you can send out your knights. Because for some reason that takes priority, and sometimes that means you're going to have to build a whole separate wall just to move your knights over because you're not ready to build a farmhouse, or I can't afford that wall right now. Other than those 2 major things, it's a great game and I suggest that everyone tries it. It's offered me plenty of hours of fun and it's genuinely interesting if you like resource management games. Stay for the rest of the video if you want to know what's happening to this channel. If not, feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and have a good day. Hello to all those who are interested in knowing where this channel is going. I'll make this as quick as I can. First of all, I will be doing these types of videos still, so don't worry about that. If anything interesting comes up or there's a game that I would really recommend, I'll make a video about it. Now here's the big news. I'm presently enrolled in a private audio engineering college. As such, this means that I'm very interested in working in the field of audio engineering. So this means that there will be music made by me and some collaborations posted on this channel from time to time. This also means that I'm up for hire. Which means if any of you guys need an audio engineer for a project, or need someone to do voiceovers, audio mixing, or anything to do with recorded audio in general, just shoot me a message. I'll be happy to help. I'll probably do it for free, and if you even like the work, feel free to donate. #sellout. I also have other ideas for content that I would like to put on this channel that I would like your opinion about. I'm thinking about doing some basic tutorial videos about the stuff that I'm learning in college. So audio terminology, audio devices, specific language that used in the field that could possibly help other people if they knew or had knowledge about. So it'll be like a journey through my life type of deal. I'll be learning stuff, and then as such you guys will be learning stuff, and then everyone's going to be learning stuff, and then if there's anything wrong I'll correct myself, because I am in no means an expert on this thing, but I believe I can explain terminology used in audio as well as some devices so that everyone will be able to understand it and use it to make their own projects better. So this would go from like the very basics, like how do we hear sound, what are the limitations of the human ear, to what the heck is the difference between a shelf equalizer and a notch filter. Another idea I have for content for this channel is a video series that are describing my dreams that I can actually remember. So you're gonna have some dreams that I'm describing to you guys. Maybe I'm also drawing at the same time, it's an idea, and also possibly with an interpretation at the end. So this is gonna add a little taste of the abstract and surrealism to this channel. So you're gonna have some dreams that I've actually had described to you as such as there being giant spiders within fireplaces, being able to summon random pillars of fire, giant landscapes that are just covered in flesh and pus, as well as just sometimes you have happy dreams too, like, hey, let's go flying. Anyways, that's it for this video. I would really love your opinion about those types of things for the content, just to see if you would actually want to do that. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day. So before the 4th of July, no,